Oh, no one's down there. Adam's the idiot. Okay. No one's. Hey guys, I know no one's here.
No one's here.
No one's here. There's no way they went to get pizza without the barrel. But they did.
Hey guys, and welcome to the latest episode of the Up Real Late podcast. This week we're on episode 47. My name is Scott Ellis. I'm joined here by Tim McGavick. How's it going, Tim?
I'm very tired. Let's record.
Yeah.
Nice.
We are actually.
Oh,
We're live? I don't
yes,
believe
we
you.
are.
I can't even tell.
Also here is Tyler Swedowski.
Hello.
Sup, and Adam Franey.
Sup?
Sup.
Get hype.
Let's just run down some of the topics we're going to discuss on this week's episode. As usual, we're going to discuss our last seen movies, as well as our review of the week. And this week, it's X-Men Apocalypse. I'm looking forward to this big movie this year, so we'll get to that in a bit. And also, we have some news topics that we'll get to later, including Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson confirmed as Doc Savage, directed by Shane Black. And also, we're going to review a trailer for Morgan, movie starring Kate Mara, among others, as well as Jeff Bridges joining the cast of the Kingsman sequel, The Golden Circle. So we're going to get into that later. And if you do want to skip ahead to any of those topics, check in the description box below or in the comment section if Christoph decides to post them before Adam. Then you can find them there if you want to skip ahead to any of those topics.
No comment.
No comment from Adam. Yeah, and guys, don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below, and of course subscribe to our YouTube channel. So guys, let's get into our last scenes. Who wants to jump in first?
Who wants to go?
Tim?
Of course, Tim.
Go ahead. Tim.
I'll go first.
Yeah,
And then
come on,
leave.
it's a given.
This was a film from 2015 that I did not see. It was up for Best Picture. I think it's the only one I didn't see. What is it, Ty?
I don't remember, but it was one that there was one movie that you didn't see, and it bugged you because you thought it might make it to your top 10.
Yes, you
Yes.
are very accurate.
And I
on all
don't
this.
remember what
Of
it was.
course you don't. This is The Big Short,
Thank you.
Oh!
written by Adam McKay and Charles Randolph, based on the book by Michael Lewis, who also wrote Moneyball and something else.
Something
And
else.
others.
Cheaters Poker, or something like that.
Moneyball, one of Tim's favorite films of all time.
It is.
If I'm not mistaken.
Fucking love Moneyball.
My favorite sports.
Directed by the Hangover director, Adam McKay. Is it Hangover? He's not Hangover.
No, it's
Anchorman.
He's Anchorman.
Yeah.
That's even
Yeah.
worse.
Nice try. Oh.
I don't know about that.
It's not. But, like,
Not good.
starring Steve
Are you
Carell.
kidding me? It's Anchorman.
I don't like comedies. Starring Steve Carell, Christian Bale, Ryan Gosling, Marissa Tomei, Brad Pitt, and then a lot of character
Yeah,
actors.
Marissa Tomei.
So a bunch of nobodies in this thing.
Bunch of
Bunch of schmucks.
schmucks.
Christian Bale and what's the other guy?
A few bankers and investors discover a secret that nobody else seems to have noticed. The American housing market is due to collapse.
You were so hyped there, and then
We must know.
I know. I was going to say crashed, and then I said collapse in my notes, and it threw me off.
Oh my god.
Dude,
You're
what'd you think of it?
I need to know, Tim.
I liked it.
You
Didn't
liked
love.
I didn't love it.
Riveting.
We must know more.
Did you guys like this movie?
it? Yeah,
I
liked
did,
it.
yeah.
Like a lot, or just like?
Yeah, I laughed hard a couple
I
times.
laughed hard too.
Okay.
I agree. It's heavy 3.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm going to be giving it. A heavy 3. I liked it. I think it was really good. It won't crack my top 10, and I think the problem is it's way too like overly directed.
Interesting.
I can see that at some points.
Like they have like clips of like Ludacris in it and stuff. I'm just like, there's like montages and just like a whole bunch of stuff like flashing at you. I'm like they're trying to make this really dry subject like really punchy, which
You don't think it succeeded?
no,
No?
Chris
no.
Bridges,
Like it made it
Ludacris?
fun. Like this is a fun movie, but like
Yeah,
all those like clips of like Ludacris and all this shit, I'm like that has nothing to do with like
of course.
anything at all. The Selena Gomez part was
Ludic-
cool, and
yeah.
Margot Robbie in the bathtub was cool because like that explains
first
things.
time-
Like it's It's
Yeah, when it
smart
was
to do
Margot
it.
Robbie, I just lost it.
Me
I was
too.
dying
Yeah.
I was like,
We were
that's the
both
funniest
dying
thing. Yeah,
in the theater.
I was astonished. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I think. Plus, I knew all this when I was going in. Like, I knew Margot Robbie explained things in the bathtub, and I knew that
that's
Selena Gomez
disappointing.
had the scene with an
See?
actual like professor of economics,
It was
whatever.
a total surprise for us.
Yeah, I knew a lot of the beats of this. But the performance is really solid. I remember when this movie came out, I mentioned that I thought it was weird that Christian Bale was nominated. I was like, really? Like he's a standout among like this whole
All this?
cast. He is.
He is though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's not
right?
Christian Bale. Once again, he's like
Right?
completely disappeared into his role.
Amazing.
Steve Carell, I thought should have been up for something too as well. He
People
was
keep saying
phenomenal.
that.
in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was so.
He was,
Was he
very,
not?
very good. No, it was Christian Bale
Really?
who got
Not
up.
a-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
Gosling was just back to his usual like cockiness
Yeah.
character.
He was great, right?
Yeah, I loved him talking to his little helper buddy during his presentation with Jenga. He's like, "Back the fuck up."
I love that scene.
Amazing.
But yeah, overall, I just felt it was a little too energetic at weird spots. Like cutting between
It's a tough
scenes is
balance.
when they decided to do like all like these clips of things. I'm like, this has nothing to do with anything. Like, give me more like cameos of people like, explaining things. I
Yeah.
thought it was like a really cool way of doing it.
Yeah. Did
Yeah.
you know much about the collapse there? Or
Yeah,
What the
I
banks were
knew
doing?
a fair amount
Yeah.
of stuff. Well, it's because this movie got so much attention that a lot of us like brought up that whole thing again in like
Yeah.
the news and things. So I heard a lot about it. So there wasn't a lot of surprises, unfortunately. But yeah, performances were very, very good.
Awesome.
I liked it. Heavy
Rating?
3.
Heavy 3.
Probably would have been higher if I saw it in theaters at the time.
Interesting.
Quite possibly.
Yeah.
I think it might be higher than a heavy 3 for me, but I'd have to.
My brother
Think
just
about
watched it as well this week on his flight back from Japan. He loved it. He's waiting eagerly for my review of it.
It sounds like a good airplane movie. Like
It is. Like, it's light. It goes down pretty smooth.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
Awesome. All right. Who wants to jump in next? The last scene.
Are you ready?
For this?
Yeah.
Like they say in the song? Yeah, I'm ready. Can I go?
Yes, you can go.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, great. So the last film Adam saw was last seen before on this very podcast.
Oh.
Only once, I think. So I was a little scared to do it again, but let me just
Just say it, please. Just.
let me just get to it here.
Oh, my God.
A New York City doctor who is married to an art curator pushes himself on a harrowing and dangerous night-long odyssey of sexual
Ty, you don't know what this is?
No idea.
and moral
He's the exact same synopsis I used.
discovery after his wife admits that she once almost cheated on him. Ty, I'm of course talking about from last week's last scene session.
Say it, Ty. Get that title in there.
Do you guys think that I listened when you got like eyes wide shut?
Yeah.
Whoa!
Nailed
Nailed it!
Psych! I knew all along.
Written and directed by the legend, Stanley Kubrick. Kid has a future. Starring Tom Cruise, Nicole Kidman.
There's no future. He's actually dead.
Right. I mean that because I'm just getting through his filmography. Sidney Pollack, Todd Field. Yeah, I
No one
don't
knows
know
these people.
anyone else, but mainly TC and Nicole Kidman.
NK?
So, I kind of sold you on it from my last scene.
I almost watched this
review.
week, too.
Oh my god!
Did it live up to the expectations I placed on it? Did it live up?
Say it, Adam. Say it.
Did it live up?
There you go.
Yes.
The expectation. I like this movie a lot. Boys.
Love or like it love? Would you go to love?
It's hard to.
It's a weird movie to like love. I don't know. It's,
Did you mention that?
yeah,
It's
Yeah.
weird. Like it's like
it's-
watching like a
yeah.
movie about the Holocaust. Like you love it. It's weird to love it, kind of thing. It's like, is that
Yeah,
kind of the
Uh, No, it's off one watch.
so
I
hard
can't
to-
say I
yeah.
absolutely love it.
okay?
I could definitely see it going up on a rewatch.
Okay.
But off one watch, not having read any like explained articles and like
deeper meaning.
Yeah, diving
deeper
into it.
meaning stuff, just as a kind of like sexual like thriller into like the psyche of a relationship.
Hmm.
just the whole vibe was like, it was really good as that. Like, on a first time watch, just the surface level stuff.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to see it again and try to like dig
No
deeper.
more.
Because I don't want to spoil
Like find
anything.
things and find clues and stuff.
Yeah.
Of course, right?
Yeah.
It's from 1999, so I feel like weird saying I don't want to spoil it, but whatever. Yeah, I don't want to spoil like the underlying, like there's definitely a deeper plot, right? Scott, can attest?
Yeah.
Have you got Tim and okay, you guys haven't seen this? Yeah. Okay. Ty, I don't even ask you anymore. Tim, you haven't seen this? Good. Okay.
Do you mean like behind the scenes, like with Nicole Kidman and TC, or
the realization he makes, like what he discovers
right?
from the like party.
Yeah.
That's a spoiler, no?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's okay. See? Okay. I liked it a lot though. Like the performances I thought were great.
Yeah.
From Tom Cruise, Nicole Kidman. You agree?
Yeah.
I was shocked to see zero Oscar nominations for this. I think it was critically panned even when it came out or something.
Yeah, mixed. Very mixed.
Mixed reviews, right?
Yeah.
Because I know I'd heard it referenced before as like a bomb for Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman, who were like superstars at the time. They were married at the time to each other. Right? Like, have you heard that before, Scott?
That
it was kind of like a bomb. Like,
yeah,
it's kind
yeah,
of like
yeah.
Was this movie kind of made in like the wrong time? Like, didn't it, like
I think so.
Yeah.
Like,
It might have been expectations too, because like Kubrick hadn't done anything in a long time.
yeah.
His last thing was Full Metal.
Yeah.
Full Metal Jacket in
So
12 years before.
like, how do you go from Full Metal Jacket
Mhm.
to like doing like a thriller, like
Sex thriller.
yeah, weird erotic thriller or something? Like it's,
Erotic thriller,
it's-
is it?
I feel like this whole movie is like the first 5 minutes of Enemy, but like
Yeah. Yeah.
for a whole movie.
I definitely felt its influence on like future movies, like something like
like
Enemy.
Enemy.
Also, I felt the influence of things being made at the time, like the 90s. It felt very David Lynchian, I found. Like,
Yeah, I could see that.
it had a dream-like vibe to it. Like,
Definitely, right?
you're talking the lighting and like the whole visual like aspect, which, by the way, I don't get hype about lighting, but best lighting I've ever seen in a movie. That
Meticulous, right?
the blue lighting, like there's a constant like blue lighting in certain scenes, and it's just gorgeous.
Yeah.
Against like a lot of the reds, like I found there's a lot of contrast of like just classic Kubrick, the way he frames these shots. There's like a red
It's like-
prominent image and then a blue prominent image, like in the same frame.
It's like perfection. It's just balance.
Perfection.
Like, yeah.
Speaking of perfection, he didn't change in his old age. He shot this when he was like 70. Longest shoot of all time at the time.
400 days or something.
400 days. Guinness Book of World Records.
For a freaking drama movie.
Yeah, right? It's not like an epic, like, Lord of the Rings
Yeah.
sized movie. In the whole cast contract, it actually stated that it was open-ended. Have you heard this? Yeah. So, like, Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman, they had to agree and sign on that we literally can't stop working until Kubrick deems this
It's
done.
done.
Did Revenant do that as well? I feel like
I don't know, did it?
did.
They might have-
Really?
I could see that because
Because that was a super long shoot too.
Yeah.
It might not be that. I think now if they have to do reshoots, then they're contractually obligated to fit that in.
They can, like,
And
stop
but
and
they
go
had
back.
like, there's no like set time.
Well,
It's
this
just-
was the longest ever consecutive shoot.
Yeah.
So 400 days, like,
There
in a
wasn't any
row.
reshoots.
That's insane.
Disgusting. Kubrick was a savage.
Yeah.
And, like, his family, I was reading his family speculated that that's what brought on his heart attack. Because, like I said, he was, I guess, like 69 when he started it.
Yeah.
And they said after the grueling, like, 400 days of shooting, he seemed very, like, sickly and, like, kind of frail. And he edits everything
He
himself.
like does everything.
He does.
He does everything, right?
Seriously?
Oh yeah, I've read one note that he was editing a scene where a guy taps on glass, like of a window. It's probably Tom
Oh,
Cruise,
yeah.
I guess.
I read
You heard
this.
this.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was Tom Cruise. It was an actor, and so he didn't like the way that the sound came through. Like, so rather than just re-recording the sound with a stand-in, he flew the specific actor back to England from like wherever he was in America and had him reshoot
A knocking on.
tapping on the
Retap the
glass
glass.
for like 5 seconds of like on the glass.
That's insane.
He was like
Insane.
Yeah, insane. He was
Yes.
borderline psychotic but it shows in
Yeah.
the finished product. It's
Interesting.
incredible.
Actually, there's sort of a comparison there to Akira Kurosawa.
Okay,
In that
yeah.
Kurosawa did every part of the process.
Mm.
Film, cinematography, editing, everything. He did it himself.
That's incredible.
Which
I respect the shit out of
you don't always see that, That's very
Rarely.
rare.
I know,
For, obviously smaller shoots,
yeah.
Low budget.
Kevin Smith, he edits his own movies.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem as hard, right?
He's not, doing crazy stuff. He's just, basic edits. For the most part, but, yeah.
Yeah, just cinematography, actual camera work was gorgeous. Obviously, it's Kubrick, but the more and more I think about it, my favorite thing may be the score. I think you mentioned the score being amazing.
For sure, it's amazing.
I don't know. It was amazing. And interestingly, I was reading, he presented this to the studio, Warner Brothers, 4 days before he died, the final cut. The score wasn't even finished. So he didn't even have that much input on the score. I'm sure he had input.
He might have had some, but it wasn't completed.
It was unfinished when he died. Yeah. And apparently it's referred to as his unfinished masterpiece. I thought it was
fully
done, but I guess the score and stuff like that.
Yeah. Probably minor stuff. It's probably little things.
Just 98% done.
Yeah. And so the cool thing about it was it's one of those movies, I guess an Enemy, where you can show two different people the movie and they can probably take two different things from it,
Yeah.
And I watched it with Emily. Shout out to my girlfriend.
What did she think of it?
She liked it. She didn't love it, but I'm mentioning the score, right? I'm wow, that's the best score ever. And she's I don't like the score. It doesn't fit what's going on. They're
baffling.
They're making it because it's kind of reminding me of the Halloween Mike Myers score almost. It's an ominous sort of horror thing.
Yeah.
And it's just more piano keys, right?
Yeah.
Mostly. And so yeah, she's it doesn't fit but I'm no, it does fit because it's psychological horror. She's this isn't a horror movie. He's just dealing with marital issues. I'm yeah, but that's what Kubrick's trying to get across to you, that Tom Cruise's character, he is in psychological horror right now.
Yeah.
I can't spoil it, but basically the climax of the movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Climax of the movie, the score is incredible, and it's just kind of him walking through his apartment, and he finds something out, and she's just what? Why is the score like that? And I'm no, it puts you right in the character's mindset.
Yeah,
it's perfect.
It was fitting. How about that mansion scene though?
I would be remiss to not talk about the mansion scene.
But don't mention too much.
No. But incredible.
Ridiculous, right? It's insane, I feel there's a long take in there too. There's a really super long take for the main thing.
I don't know about the specific maybe there could
there's
be.
a circling. You know what I'm talking
about?
Oh
yes, yeah, okay, yeah. Yes. Yeah. The score in that scene was incredible too.
Yeah.
Just unnerving, ominous, they're saying it's funny, only Stanley Kubrick can make an erotic thriller with nothing arousing about the movie. It just makes you feel dirty and scared. And I'm just yup, perfect. There's nothing.
Except that opening shot. Was I right about the opening shot?
Might have been a bit arousing, the opening shot.
That's the other perfection.
Nicole Kidman showing a lot of bod in this thing. Not enough TC's bod, if you ask me.
Yeah, seriously.
A little more.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm out then. If I get to see a full frontal Tom Cruise, then I'm out.
I know, disgusting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would have to give it a 4-banger.
4-banger.
Very good.
Not quite as high as my heavy 4, but
I can't quite give it a 5 just because it's again an Enemy type movie. I just have questions.
You got to think about it a little bit.
Yeah, you haven't kind of understood it all just yet.
Definitely give me some time and then I'll rewatch it. I could see it getting to a 5.
Interesting.
So you need to watch it, Tim.
Scott, about it.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Ty don't care.
What do you got for us this week, Ty?
Oh, what do I have for you?
Yes.
What do I have?
Yes.
Well,
you sound like an idiot, man.
Does your notebook say Eyes Wide Shut?
What? No.
It does not.
It does not. What did I watch? Well, I'll tell you what I watched. I watched something that I believe I probably should have watched a long time ago. A little tie-in to this week.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, man. A little tie-in to this week here.
Oh, God.
19-year-old Alice returns to a magical world from her childhood where
Fucking despicable.
19-year-old Alice returns to the magical world from her childhood adventure, where she reunites with her old friends and learns of her true destiny to end the Red Queen's reign of terror. I watched
Is that wife
2010's
beater in it?
Alice in Wonderland.
You have a good poker face.
Yes.
I thought for sure we were gonna get some Usual Suspects.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like,
I'm like, here we go, baby, tie-in.
I saw X-Men with Ty, and as we were walking into the movie, he's like, I watched the movie that has a pretty big tie-in. I was like, okay.
Fuck.
And then the Bad
And
Hat
then
Harry
the Bad
thing.
Hat Harry
Yeah.
thing came on before X-Men.
The what?
The Bad Hat Harry.
The productions company.
Is it Bad Hat? Yeah, it's Bad
Yeah.
Hat Harry, right?
Is that
Yeah.
Oh, the Usual Suspects
Yeah,
like, thing,
thing.
logo thing.
And I was
yeah.
like, I looked for a tie, and he just like shrugged. I was like,
maybe.
fucking saw Usual Suspects. And he just-
Nope. Total surprise.
what a letdown?
Thanks, guys.
Oh, fuck me.
This will be good. It'll be good.
So wait, you watched the first Alice in Wonderland?
Yes, thinking that this week we're going to be doing the sequel. And then we didn't. So
So wait, hadn't you already seen?
the first one?
Yeah.
No, I hadn't seen it. We keep talking about this. I
that's-
hadn't seen the classic.
That's
Tim Burton, Johnny Depp. Yeah.
That's unusual for you.
Surprising, right?
I don't like
Yeah.
to support wife beaters, so we didn't see
Alice.
Alice through the glass.
Nothing's been proved. That's all I'm saying.
Alleged.
Yeah,
Beaters.
alleged.
Johnny Depp, apologist
I
over
don't
here.
like to
Yeah.
support.
Career and wife beating.
I don't like to support Johnny Depp. So.
Just nothing that happens with him, just Johnny Depp in general.
Any iPhone abuser, I can't support.
What? No one gets that joke.
He bounced an iPhone off her.
Is that what it was?
Oh no!
Really?
She's claiming domestic abuse
Why
because he
are we
threw
laughing?
It was a phone. It was a phone.
Oh, God.
Alice in
Anyways.
Wonderland.
Alice in Wonderland. So after I watched this movie, I started trying to think of like ways I could justify not liking it because I didn't. I did not like this movie.
Ooh.
Yeah. I was
Good.
trying to make excuses for myself, like it was like meant for like a younger audience.
But it's not.
But here's
It's
the thing:
not, sir.
he has made movies for younger audiences, and I would say they're cinematic masterpieces.
Who, Burton?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they're amazing. So what the fuck did I watch? Like
He's
Get
crushed. He's angry.
I
Love it.
was so upset 'cause I don't know who this movie was angled for. Like there was no audience for this.
There's nothing
think it
worse.
It was you. It was
I think it was
supposed
for me, and even I didn't enjoy
I
it.
think what's happened is that you were so into love with Depp that when he threw that phone at Amber Heard, it hit you metaphorically as well. And
Yeah.
you've broken up with him, and now you're just pissed.
You're finally
Don't be
divorced.
ridiculous. I'd
Holy
never break
shit.
up with Johnny Depp.
Get that
Um,
restraining order.
He's
Okay.
single now.
The one thing that I got from it was that it felt like the entire time Burton was holding back.
Really? 'Cause
I-
he went like full Burton.
I know that's the thing. Like I think he went like full Burton with like the scene, like visually he went full Burton,
Yeah.
but like with
I
the
agree.
actual movie, I
It
feel
did feel like almost devoid of.
like what he
It was
would
like
do.
Disney's version of
Yeah,
Burton.
and so I feel like he didn't actually this isn't his movie.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like
That's fair. Because he didn't direct a new one and it looked identical to this one.
So like it looked
True.
like it felt very off, and so I think that's why I didn't, because it wasn't like I felt like he didn't
It had all
actually
of
do it.
his designs.
Yeah.
and everything,
Like
his
it
look
Had the
but-
flash of Burton, but like the content wasn't there.
Yeah.
What do you think of Mr. Alan Rickman?
I don't know.
Oh man.
Rick. I thought he was amazing.
Thank you.
Like
That's the best part of it.
I thought when I thought he was going to be the voice of the cat, which I was kind of let down that he
Wouldn't-
wasn't.
That wouldn't have been
Yeah,
terrible.
I was kind of, but whoever, I don't know who did the cat. I can't remember who it
I can't
was.
remember his name.
But it's
Frost
big,
Nixon guy.
Michael,
Michael Shannon?
Nope.
Sheen.
Michael Pena.
Oh, Michael Shannon's way off. Shit.
Nice one, Switty.
No problem.
So starring Johnny Depp, Mia Wasikowska, Helena Bonham Carter, Anne Hathaway, Crispin Glover, Matt Lucas, who I'm assuming they just like put suspenders on him and that was it.
Yeah.
Michael Sheen, Stephen Fry, Alan Rickman, like huge. Timothy Spall, and then it kind of just falls down after that. But like huge cast, huge cast.
Huge.
Such a letdown of a movie. I cannot emphasize that enough.
What do you think of it making $1 billion? That's
That's surprising.
Yeah.
That is very surprising.
It's like the most surprising movie fact of all time, I think. People are just blown away. Whatever.
They made $1 billion.
Like, visually-
astonishing.
Worldwide total gross. $1
Visually, I
billion.
really liked it, but like it wasn't enough to Flash over Sweetie wasn't enough.
Tim's stunned by that $1 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah. New one's on its way, 28
Yeah.
million.
6 years later, though, that's
almost
astonishing.
I feel like people were like tricked into the theaters. Like, it looks it's Tim Burton, Johnny Depp, like all these big actors and actresses like in it, and like it's Alice in Wonderland. Like that's exciting.
Yeah.
Like, and then it wasn't a good movie, but then people came anyways, you know, because they were like lured in. You know,
I was like the entire and it didn't have the darkness like the Johnny Depp had, like or not Johnny Depp, sorry, Tim Burton had. Like the entire time, like I think that's kind of like what lured people in. Was like, okay, it's Tim Burton, it's a little more risque take on like a classic.
You hit the nail on the head. The main flaw was just watered down Tim Burton.
That was it. Like it wasn't Burton.
He didn't go full Burton.
And like the entire time, like Elena Bonham Carter's character keeps screaming, "Off with their head," and no one's head gets cut off. Like, there was not one beheading in this movie. What kind of Burton movie is this?
What a letdown.
Yeah.
So, are you what do you think of Dumbo? He's doing Dumbo next.
Oh, I didn't know that.
How do you feel?
I feel like
after
seeing this, I'm not looking forward to it.
Keep in mind, this is like 7 years later. Maybe learned from his mistakes or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm assuming it's still a Disney tale.
Yeah.
Right? So, I think it's just going to be the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I can see like maybe like the opening scene with like Dumbo's parents being somewhat dark.
Yeah.
But other than that,
he needs a hit. He's got to be hungry at this point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Johnny Depp just had a pretty big hit. His first in a decade. But now his boy, Burton.
I'm even waiting to say that.
I've been dying. Itching. Thank you. Good night, folks. I've been here all week. Try the veal.
Slam the door behind you. The voices, great. The performances by like the actors, average. Nothing.
What do you think of JD?
He was like, it's bad. But, like he was only like this. Like his character was the only thing that carried the movie for me. Like it wasn't it wasn't his best role, but I feel like it was like the only thing I enjoyed about it.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't hate him in it. I don't remember hating this movie, to be honest with you. But I saw it in the theater once.
No,
it's just forgettable to me.
Yeah.
I just don't care.
I would not watch it again. Like that, I'm a Johnny Depp, Tim Burton fan. I would not watch it.
I don't even remember much of what even happened. I just
Me neither.
I saw it a couple days ago. Me neither.
I just remember some huge overblown fight at the end on the chessboard or something.
Start with
like,
Christopher Lee's voice, horribly underused. He said like 2 lines.
Oh, he does the dragon, right, at the end or whatever?
No, the Jabberwocky.
Right, the Jabberwocky.
Yeah. Talked about the entire movie. Scene lasted 5 minutes.
He was in the dance crew?
Yes, he did the Jabberwocky.
Hilarious.
He was in Jabberwocky?
But yeah, not Johnny Depp's best role, but like the weirdness that he brought to it. Like he he went overboard with his quirky weirdness, and I liked what he did with that. Just me. Apparently just me.
Crickets.
There was one thing that made me giggle though.
Yeah, there was.
Crispin Glover's character. It looked like
Crispin Glover in general.
He looked like how did I say it? It was if it looked as if Snake Plissken was cast was played by Steve Zahn. Like that's exactly what it looks like.
Steve Zahn as Snake Plissken.
Yeah.
Who's Crispin Glover's character in this again?
He plays like the right hand man to what's her face, to the Red Queen.
Okay.
Like he's got like the face of is it Steve Zahn or Steve Zahn? I've always said Zahn my entire life.
Whatever.
But I'm like constantly wrong.
It's okay.
So.
Steve, just leave a comment. Let us know what it is.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You know you're a huge listener.
Christoph, correct us if you know the pronunciation.
Yeah. But like it looks like it's Steve Zahn's face. Am I wrong? Like
because he has the eye patch.
You're right. Oh my god.
It's so so good. At first I thought it was Steve Zahn for a second.
Oh god.
Wow.
Wilmers, this movie.
That's a spot on.
Yeah.
That is so spot on.
Disgusting. Disgusting.
He looks like a rat.
Wilmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What are you hitting it with?
Reels wise, give us a light 2.
Oof.
Yeah.
Savage.
Yeah.
Middle of the road.
Yeah. I would actually. It's like the more I think about it, I kind of want to go heavy 1, but I'm going light 2.
Don't be scared. Do it.
No, but like I loved like Johnny Depp's Scottish like accent in this. Like it was really cool.
I forgot about that.
But like he was the only thing. Johnny Depp's the only reason why I'm giving it like a light 2.
Fair.
Yeah.
All right.
JD saves the world again.
I'm gonna jump in next then with my last scene. A disillusioned college graduate finds himself torn between an older lover and her daughter.
The Graduate.
The Graduate, from 1967, starring Dustin Hoffman, Anne Bancroft, Catherine Ross, and William Daniels, who you guys might know as teacher from Boy Meets World.
Nope.
Yeah,
Mr. Feeney?
Yeah, Feeney. Mr. Feeney, yes.
Me and Tim instantly, Mr. Feeney. Time. Nope.
Also, Richard Dreyfuss had a really random cameo. I don't know why. I just caught that.
I love
There was a
Mr.
scene where like these people are like trying to barge into a door, and they're like, "Hey, what's going on here?" And it's like Richard Dreyfuss. I'm like,
What?
But like 1 second.
Rich,
I'm like,
what are you doing
What the
here?
hell is he doing?
I guess he would have been a kid in this, like pretty young.
Yeah, he was pretty young.
Was
This-
it 60s or 70s?
67.
67. So this is like before American Graffiti, I guess. A couple years before American Graffiti.
Back up.
Did
How do you know the exact year this movie came out?
he say it? Scott, you said
Scott
it?
said
I
it?
said it's
Got
Oh.
something.
Okay, never mind.
I thought maybe you thought I said, like, how old is Richard Dreyfuss? And you're like, 67. And I'm like, why does he know that?
Wait, what?
All this is weird.
Directed by Mike Nichols, who also did a couple movies you might know, like Closer,
R.I.P.
Birdcage.
Charlie Wilson's War.
Oh, I love Charlie Wilson's War.
That man is good.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a really great movie.
I've always wanted to see it.
Like, I've been wanting to see it for a long time, but for some reason, I don't know, I'm just like, Dustin Hoffman has like an affair with an older woman. Like, is that the plot? It's
Right.
not really.
That's kind of how I feel, sort of.
It's much more than that.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's
Sold
it's,
me on Eyes Wide Shut last time. Sell me on The Graduate, bud. I'll go see it.
It's honestly one of the
50
best
years
things.
ago.
One of the best things about this movie, honestly, is the editing. The editing is so spot on in the cinematography. For some reason, it's like snappy. It's like quick, and it's really funny too. Like there's these moments that I don't know, are just so awkward and like it is so cringeworthy, but it's like done in such a way that you just kind of gotta laugh because it's just so awkward. Yeah, oh my god. This movie was nominated for 7 Oscars. It won for Best Direction, which I agree with. Like, it's very well directed. Like, the cinematography, the editing, everything, it's like, it's very well sort of composed. So I'd agree with that.
What?
Hoffman was nominated for Best Actor. Anne Bancroft, who played Mrs. Robinson, was nominated for Best Actress. And Catherine Ross, the daughter, was nominated, as well as the writing, cinematography, and it was up for Best Picture as well. So
Get
a lot
bodied.
of Oscar love for this movie.
And the Oscar wins for this
Unlike
movie?
Eyes Wide Shut.
Just direction.
director?
Yeah. Mike
Dustin
Nichols.
Hoffman didn't win for this?
No, he didn't.
Really? Wow.
He was fantastic. All the 3
Legendary
main
performance.
actors were great. Dustin Hoffman, just spot on. Anne Bancroft, who apparently they were actually a lot closer in age than they appeared. Apparently, I think it was only like 8 years difference.
Oh,
It's
really?
crazy, yeah.
Was she
I'd have
supposed
to,
to
I'd
be
have to
like-
confirm that.
Like
He's
Harrison
he's
Ford
And
and
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery.
They're like,
Yeah.
they're like, what, 7, I think?
7 years
Yeah.
apart.
he's supposed to be 20 in the movie, and I have to double check how old he's supposed to he actually was, but she was only 8 years older. Like the
That's fucked.
actress, yeah, crazy. But they like aged her up a little bit, I think. But woof, she was smoking. I understand.
Yeah.
Dustin Hoffman, yeah. But and I would be remiss if I didn't mention the soundtrack by Simon and Garfunkel.
Are you kidding me?
Like legendary
Get hype.
soundtrack.
I'm in.
Like Mrs. Robinson, does that ring a bell? Like the
Yeah.
song?
Yeah, as soon
I
as you
never
said,
would've-
like, the character Mrs. Robinson, I was like,
Yeah.
I wonder if this, like, somehow ties into Sound and Garfunkel.
And what's the? I keep forgetting the name of the song. Recently used in the
Sound of
Sad
Silence.
Fleck. Yeah, Sound of Silence. Yeah,
Sad flag.
Sad Fleck.
It's gone on to
Um,
being sad flag.
Yeah, there's actually I was reading the trivia earlier. The one thing that killed me was that there's a scene where Dustin Hoffman, who he's never been with a woman before, he like has this affair. Like he's never like that was his first time.
He's a virgin.
Yes,
one might say.
Yes, he's a virgin. But he was just so awkward in the beginning of this movie. It was amazing. Like there's a moment where he just like they're like getting undressed. He's like, oh, like do I like get undressed or like it was just he didn't know what to do.
God.
And she's like sitting on the bed like taking her shirt off basically, and he just like reaches over and like grabs her boob, and it's like the most like awkward thing ever. But the best thing about that scene is that was like ad-libbed. That was like improv. Dustin Hoffman just grabbed her. He just decided to do that like before.
This feels right.
And like I think he might have let the director know, but didn't like let anyone else know.
Method, man. You gotta...
And he did it, and the director apparently just burst out laughing like during the scene and couldn't contain it. And right in that scene, he like walks over to the corner. He like walks away from the camera and walks in the corner and like bangs his head on the wall. And apparently he's like trying to like stifle his laugh. That's why he did it. It's like now that I read that, I'm like, oh my god, that's amazing. But
I'm in.
Dustin went full method on this.
Full dork.
I like that. But yeah, the main thing for me is just the editing and the direction was just really like witty and snappy, and it was sharp, and you know the plot is really, I don't know, like the ending it's very ambiguous, like
I've heard that.
Yeah, like probably one of the most ambiguous endings to a movie.
Really?
You're like, interesting spot to end. Like I want to know what happens after this.
I'm in. I love that. Yeah,
Like,
again, you've sold me 2 weeks in a row now.
Funny enough, I was actually thinking about buying this movie today.
Well,
I was at
you
H&B,
should.
and I was just looking through like a rack of movies. I was like, look how young Dustin Hoffman is. I should buy this.
Really?
Yeah, how weird is that?
That's bizarre.
Yeah.
You sure you're thinking of the right movie?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I double checked to make sure.
Good.
Well, you should, because it's a 4 to 5 for me. 4 to 5 release.
Nice.
Definitely worth checking out. It's great.
I've seen about 75% of this on TV when I was like 14. I should probably finish it sometime.
When it came out, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Back in the 60s.
Back in the 60s.
Nice.
I was the same age as Anne Bancroft, so.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. All right, I guess we'll move on into our review of the week then. And that is X-Men Apocalypse, which came out on May 27th of this year. Directed by Bryan Singer, starring a plethora of actors and actresses. James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender, Jennifer Lawrence, Nicholas Hoult, Oscar Isaac, Rose Byrne, Ty Sheridan, Sophie Turner, Evan Peters, Olivia Munn, Cody Smith-McPhee, among others. Several others. Tim, give us that synopsis.
In 1983, the first mutant, Apocalypse, awakens from his ancient slumber. As Apocalypse begins to recruit his 4 horsemen, Charles Xavier continues to gather other gifted mutants. As Apocalypse begins his plans to cleanse the world of the weakest people, the young and old X-Men come together to ensure that the apocalypse doesn't happen.
Nice. So guys, the much anticipated sequel to Days of Future Past. What are you guys' thoughts? Tim.
Me? Tim?
Tim.
What are my thoughts?
Tim, what are your
You
thoughts?
sound like an idiot.
I
Just
know, right?
fucking say it.
I
I don't have time for this shit.
I've been up and down on this movie since I saw it. In the theater, I enjoyed it. I had fun. I thought it was like 3.5, or a heavy 3, as we like to say here, or just a 3, a heavy 3.
Mm-hmm.
Heavy 3.
And then I've listened to a few podcasts. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't make sense. Let's bring it back down. But then at the same time, I'm like, it was
Enjoyable.
okay. It was enjoyable.
It's hard to take away from that initial
Yeah.
experience.
So-
right? Like, is that fair?
I don't know. So it's hard to talk about this movie without spoiling things, because a lot of it comes down to like the details is what is wrong with it.
Yeah.
Overall, I thought like performances from like McAvoy and Fassbender were like on point again. They continue to be the best part of this trilogy.
Mhm.
The new guys are pretty solid. They don't have a lot to work with. They're in like a handful of scenes at the most, maybe.
Mhm.
but they're all serviceable. Jennifer Lawrence was okay, but she's been okay for the whole trilogy, really.
Yeah.
Adam's stifling a huge laugh.
Inside joke. I can't say it on
Okay.
the air.
Yeah. I enjoyed it at the time.
it.
I don't know.
You don't sound hype.
No, I wasn't hyped for this. The effects are really good in some scenes and then like really bad in other ones.
I agree with that.
I feel you.
Yeah. Like there's a shipyard scene that looks horrendous.
Yeah.
Like N64.
Wow.
It doesn't look that bad.
Okay.
That's
But
a bit much.
it looks
Jesus.
noticeably
PS4.
it looks terrible.
PS3.
Mario
PS3?
64
Yeah.
level.
Yeah. It looks bad. But then there's some scenes that look pretty good.
Martin.
So there's so much to talk about, I guess. The violence in this was outrageous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like a whole topic on its own.
Like, it was a lot.
Especially a certain spoilery scene.
yeah, it's a violent movie.
Yeah.
There's like body horror like halfway through it with Angel as well, which is like fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't know. This movie it wasn't like complete trash. It was
Not their best one, though.
no, it wasn't the best one. I don't think it's like a franchise killer like they're calling it. It's not that bad or anything.
No.
I enjoyed it more than The Last Stand, probably.
Yeah, that's
Right?
fair. That's a fair statement.
Yeah, that's my thoughts on it. We can go into more detail as
Yeah.
we progress, but
Tyler, your
I would agree.
initial impressions?
I would agree with Tim. It was enjoyable. I really liked it at first. Thinking back on it, there's stuff that like now like I'm like even now just thinking about it, there's some stuff that I realize like I didn't enjoy that actually. That's not how I would have done it. Like there's things like I really disagree with.
Yeah.
But yeah, I gotta say like I agree with Tim. It's like not a franchise killer, but not the best one they've done. I kind of expected, now that I think about it, just like a little bit more.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll jump in. I'm kind of with you guys. Like, I have my problems, but I had fun too. Like, certain scenes, like Quicksilver was great. You know,
Another amazing.
like how do they top
Both of
Days
the
of
scenes are
Future
great in
Past?
this.
Yeah,
He has two like action-
side splitting.
Yeah.
Like I died.
Actually, I think I was laughing my ass off in the theater.
Yeah, like those were fantastic. Like you were saying, Tim, McAvoy and Fassbender, just fantastic. Like those guys are great. I did like the new guys, like Ty Sheridan.
Yeah, I like him as Cyclops.
He's great. He's great as
Yeah.
Cyclops. I like Sophie Turner as Jean Grey.
Not a huge fan of her. I didn't think she like fit for some reason the role. It's like she didn't do it for me.
All right.
Sorry. Anyways,
I disagree, but
okay. I had to stop you there.
Evan Peters, good as Quicksilver. I really like Nightcrawler too. I feel like Cody Smith-McPhee was on point.
He wasn't as full of angst as I thought he was going to be when they first released like photos
Yeah.
of him, and he had like that
He has
comb over like emo
yeah.
look. I was like,
Emo-over,
oh
yeah.
my god, this guy is going to be so annoying, but he's like the comedy relief
Yeah.
of this.
Yeah, I feel like he really matched. I'm blanking on his name.
Alan Cumming?
Alan Cumming, yeah. The original Nightcrawler that he portrayed. I feel like he was pretty close to that.
Yeah.
Like,
I
as
thought
for-
his name was Alan Tudyk. I am Switty.
Sweetie, is that you?
This is like my sweetiness is like
Bleeding.
It's
It's-
like radiating into
I'm
me.
affecting all of you.
So
Like
many names
Tim,
to
you messed
remember.
up today. Oh my
I
god.
literally thought he was Alan Tudyk my entire life. Who's Alan Tudyk?
At
Alan
least
Is there an
Tudyk's-
Alan Tudyk?
Yeah,
At least he
there's an
didn't
Alan
mix up
Tudyk.
Anya Taylor-Joy and Aaron Taylor-Johnson.
That's legendary.
That was off the air. We're not going to talk about
Yeah.
that.
Alright.
There's
Sorry,
a couple
sorry.
really emotional like moments too, like with Fassbender and
Yeah.
his family backstory there, and also surprisingly, Moira McTaggart, Rose Byrne, and Professor X had like a really great scene where something's restored.
Yeah. Like that
Remember
scene.
that? That was like
It's
so nice.
Misty-eyed.
It's nice. It's a really nice moment. But yeah, like I don't know. I just feel like it was all over the place, like with the plot, and some things were lost. Like the character arcs were just
Non-existent.
like it's all like patchy. Like it's not like a full arc. Like in like First Class, for example, it's like all about Xavier and Magneto. It's all about them, their relationship, and they have like full arcs and everything. And there's the supporting characters in there, but this movie, like, it's supposed to be about like them teaming up to like fight Apocalypse, but I don't know. It just felt kind of like disjointed.
It's kind of just all over the place.
But I still enjoyed some aspects of it, so I liked it, I guess.
Yeah.
But Adam,
Oh,
what did you think?
You want my thoughts?
I do.
Adam
Spit it
Franny's
out,
thoughts.
bud.
Let me tell you.
You want Adam's thoughts?
I hate
Yeah.
you so much.
Adam Franny, the best guy in the podcast.
Frain Man.
The Frainster.
Yeah. Frainmeister.
I liked X-Men Apocalypse. I did not love X-Men Apocalypse. Felt like I saw I think it was IGN or someone had a very good fitting headline. Like, X-Men Apocalypse is a mess, but it's a fun mess.
It is.
I tend to agree.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, BVS was a mess and boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was at least like a mess, and I enjoyed.
There's entertaining parts of it.
Yeah.
Like, there's scenes that I really like in this movie.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
well
with
said.
you.
Again, just like every Fox, Disney, they're all doing it better than Warner Brothers for BVS. I don't know what happened, but yeah, just to break it down a bit, I love, like you nailed it, Tim. McAvoy and Fassbender continue to be the heart of these movies. I thought Fassbender was great in this one. Like him specifically, he was amazing. I honestly just kind of wanted to keep getting back to him. Like when they were cutting away, I was a little bit bored. I loved his scene with his daughter and his wife in the forest and all that. Like, just amazing acting. It's weird too. It's almost like he's too good to be in a comic book movie in a way.
I would,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa.
You're putting way too much into this.
This is insane. But not in a bad way.
No.
In a good way.
When other people need to step up.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to put it. He's outplaying.
He gets it a lot. He
yeah.
goes hard in every role.
You're doing
and
way too
apparently
much.
the counselor, he's
shit.
acting his heart out, and that movie's apparently just god awful.
Like
And he's
Jake
the only
Gyllenhaal
one
style?
that doesn't know that's a bad movie, and he's acting his heart out because he's Fassbender. He's always brings his A game.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's crushing though, poor guy.
I've always wondered that, Fassbender did the counselor.
Yeah.
It's bizarre, eh? But in terms of the newcomers, I really liked Ty Sheridan. I thought he was really great as Cyclops. He reminded me of James Marsden. He reminded me a lot of him, but he also brought his own flair. I didn't love Jean Grey, like you said. I thought she's a bit wooden. I don't know. Is she British in real life?
100% British.
She is.
Yeah.
She's pretty well done.
Maybe the
Stifling the
shift?
accent. Yeah.
Okay, knowing that, I do give her brownie points. I didn't realize that. I
Yeah.
thought it was the other way around.
That's not her voice.
That's not her voice
that's
at
not
all.
her natural
Really?
speaking voice. Yeah.
Okay, well, that opens my eyes a bit. She's not terrible then.
Maybe that's why I liked her, because I know her from Game of Thrones, so I expected. I'm used to the British voice, and I thought she did an okay job.
That's
with
crazy.
the accent.
Wow, yeah, she did. I loved best part of the movie. I think it's almost unarguable. Quicksilver, Evan Peters, was hilarious. His mansion scene. You said
Sweet Dreams playing and
I lost my mind. I was
amazing.
laughing my ass.
Yeah,
off.
I was 100%.
In an otherwise fairly quiet theater, I'd say. Right?
Yeah, I think I was the only one laughing in at that part.
Me too. It was me and Scott saw it together with Vito. Shout out to Vito. He was there.
Oh, he didn't get kicked out this time?
No. Last X-Men movie got kicked out, but we won't bring that up in here. LMAOing.
You know we're live right now, right?
No, what? No, we're not. No one's listening to this. Loved Quicksilver. Even the writing of his character, they really stepped him up. I felt even in his super speed scenes, everyone's yeah, everything changed so much since they caught Magneto trying to kill the president. He's like, yep, my life changed a lot. Well, technically, I do still live in my mom's basement, and I am a loser still. But
so really, nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed, actually.
There was so much more than more towards the end of the movie. Oh, actually, no, I can't say it. Never mind.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. But yeah, they really upped his character a lot. But it was really well done.
I thought Apocalypse looked silly.
We didn't talk about him
Silly
yet.
AF.
Yeah, his look still wasn't quite there.
did not like.
Well,
Ty.
here's the thing. Didn't like we saw like some art of it. Like we saw some pictures of some stills, and then we thought they looked terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And then we saw a trailer, and it looked like they fixed him.
They made him less purple.
But we went back to this, and it looks like they didn't fix anything.
No.
Which I was really bummed about because he looked really goofy.
He did look really
He
good.
looks stupid.
Yeah, he looked like an Egyptian Barney. Like he looked like stupid.
Jesus. I like the costume. I just don't like the face. Do you guys agree? Or you just don't like any of it?
The costume I
I
thought
didn't
didn't
mind the
fit.
face. I didn't like the costume.
No?
I
I didn't like the headpiece that he had.
The like rebar.
No, that
coming
was
from
fine.
his
'Cause he
ears?
has
I
that.
like
I didn't
Yeah.
like the hood part on the back where like his face meshed into this like hood thing he had going on. I think that's the biggest problem with
I like
it.
the detail though. They have the cool like engravings in his armor and shit. But his face is just like so lame.
His
like,
face-
What are you doing?
Yeah,
Could use some like CGI maybe on the face.
I would have like
to
flattened his
enhance it.
nose
Ooh,
and broadened
more
it a
style.
little bit and like kept his eyes white the whole time.
Yeah, I love that.
White eyes.
That would have been cool.
Yeah, Fox, if you're listening.
And then maybe like instead of just doing like makeup on his lips and then makeup lines, actual actual indent. Because you can tell it's just like someone's drawn like black lines on his face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Shit. And that takes away some
He was pretty ruthless though.
scariness.
I'll give him that.
My favorite like
Again,
aspect.
how violent this movie was, slicing off
Yeah.
like dudes' heads in a
What the
fucking
hell?
alleyway.
Like I was blown away.
Yeah.
I'm like, did I miss something?
This is
rated R?
PG-13.
PG-13 or PG?
This is PG-13. Yeah.
It's
Okay.
crazy.
But
They-
still,
they got
that
away
makes
with a
more
lot.
sense.
They got away
I
with
thought
a
it was
lot
PG.
in this.
Yeah,
Sand
decapitations.
killings.
Yeah.
Sand
Because
killings.
of sand.
Dudes being crushed, like actually seeing a guy like get like folded in half by like a huge.
Yeah.
Like crunched.
So messed up.
Oh my god! When those heads rolled, Apocalypse just like takes off 5 heads and they just roll. I'm like, what's
I'm
happening?
looking around and sees his kids. I'm like,
Me too. I'm like, what the fuck?
This is gonna
Wild.
mess some kids up.
I think maybe not
Yeah.
the beginning. Someone's stomach gets green room.
Oscar Isaac gets green,
Yeah.
gets razored like
Yeah,
up the
just up
the
stomach. I'm like,
stomach.
is this weird?
Like they can't. Can they show that?
When,
But I loved it.
Interesting
I loved it.
backstory for his character, though.
Yeah, it's different from
Yeah,
the
I
comics,
did
but
kinda
it
like
makes
that.
sense.
Is it
I liked
different?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like how it had like the original like 4 horsemen there. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
ancient like
Like transfer the
ancient
consciousness.
mutants.
I liked it.
Interesting.
Well, I did find it a bit generic. Kind of reminded me of like Brendan Fraser's The Mummy. Like, it's basically the same concept. Like they found this ancient like god level thing in a tomb, and it's like running amok in like modern day thing, trying to like bring on the apocalypse.
Yeah, I don't like how he got awoken.
How specifically did he?
Moira Taggart like didn't close
Yeah, how,
that.
just because the sun hit
Yeah.
the thing.
Oh.
Like how
Like-
was that the first time that's happened?
Yeah.
I thought that was
Lame.
I thought like her scene in there was really funny though. Like where she's like, "Is this? Do you sew rugs? Is this rug for sale?" Like she just watched like more like Rose Byrne. Don't be racist, okay? Not all Egyptians are selling rugs. Like
Ruthless.
I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, it was a bit ridiculous, but I want to get you guys' thoughts on a certain character, Mystique. What do you guys think of Jennifer Lawrence in this movie?
I know a lot of people are saying that it seemed like she phoned it in.
Yeah.
I didn't find her acting to be any worse than like the last two. I just don't get why her character is like a main
Why
character.
it's just like it seems like
Right.
they're planning all the movies
Undue
around
attention.
This.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
Like, she's like the pinnacle of these
Yeah.
movies for some reason,
The
and
name.
she shouldn't be.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Did you
shouldn't
hear
be.
who's playing her? That's why.
Jennifer Lawrence. That's
Yeah.
why.
The only reason why.
Yeah,
Like when Rebecca Romaine was Mystique,
No one gave
she
a
was
shit.
Mystique.
Yeah.
She just came in once in a while.
she did her thing.
But it's Jennifer Lawrence, so they have to
Oh
like.
my god, Jennifer! You mean the girl from Joy? Oh my god.
Jennifer Lawrence doesn't even want Mystique to be in the movie that much. She's
No.
like completely like mentally checked out. I agree with Tim. I don't disagree that she mailed it in this movie, but like I'm not surprised because she mailed it in Days of Future Past as well, in my opinion. Right? I thought she was okay in First Class.
But she's like a linchpin character in like this trilogy. I'm like, why is she like the main? She essentially is like the main character. I'd say.
Yeah,
almost.
she's like tying everything together.
like every plot is pretty much about like Days of Future Past was like purely about her. It made sense in that
I think that's the problem.
Story-wise.
Like, I think that's why, that's like one of the problems with this movie is like they're putting so much around her when like there isn't enough. Like, she shouldn't be there. The content isn't there for her to
It
be.
should be like Cyclops. Or
Yeah.
like
Or if you,
Jean
like-
Grey.
Yeah, or their
If the
story.
movie's gonna be about her, then reference Nightcrawler being her son. So like, there's some tie-in and importance to her being like an
Can we
important.
talk about that?
Won't be.
That probably won't be movie canon.
No,
but
it
in the
won't.
comics, Nightcrawler is
I totally
Azazel.
forgot
Azazel and Mystique.
Mystique.
She goes like,
Which
they're,
is
like
just wild when you think about it, because like Azazel, well, he's dead in the movies, right?
that.
Yeah.
She fought.
He
He
died
died in
in-
1960, sometime between 1963 and 1973.
To quote
Future past.
Deadpool,
Yeah.
these timelines are so confusing.
yes. Like, she goes and picks him up. Like, she when she meets Nightcrawler, like.
Well, she met Azazel and like
Yeah, but they're like the same age.
Fucked.
Like, if you look at them, they're like
That's the other problem with these movies. is
which
that-
really bugged me because like she's
No, I'm
supposed
saying-
to be her mom, like his
when
mom.
she met Azazel, he was like 40. She
Oh,
was
yeah.
like 15 in the movie, or
Yeah.
18 or whatever.
Yeah.
And now she's with her like son, who's the same age. So
Yeah.
What is happening here? What?
It's literally 20 years since First Class, by the way.
Yeah, I just chalk it up to like the mutant gene.
Yeah, it's
they age
bizarre when you
slower.
say that. When you say that, because obviously she's like 2 years older
Yeah.
in real life.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be 20. Baffling.
But don't they say in one of the movies like the mutant gene they all age slower? That's just what I've been telling myself.
I've
That's-
literally never heard that.
That's no
literally
excuse.
never-
Wolverine doesn't age.
Yeah.
Everyone else ages normally.
Oh, it's just Wolverine specifically.
Yeah.
It's anyone who like has a healing factor. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Hence why
Awkward.
that whole Ivan Ooze thing is hilarious when you saw the old Apocalypse at the beginning of the movie,
What?
who literally looked even more like Ivan Ooze.
Oh
Yeah, he did.
yes.
Did not help that.
Agreed.
Ivan Ooze combined with Oscar
Shit.
Isaac makes Apocalypse.
I really, you know who I liked who was not in the movie, I feel like a lot? Storm.
Yeah, she was good.
I thought her accent was awesome.
Yeah.
What? Okay. Why did she have an accent? Like in the originals, Halle Berry had little to no accent.
She's supposed to have an accent.
Have you seen the first one?
Yeah, she had little to no accent.
She
Like,
had an
she had a
accent in the
thick
first
accent.
one.
no, she talked kind of weird, but I wouldn't say it was like
supposed to be an
It's
accent.
called a failed attempt at an
And
accent.
then she just ditched it in the second one
Yeah.
completely.
At
She's supposed to have an
least
accent. Her
I
character's
have
from Africa.
chosen a side. Like it was a weird way of speaking. I wouldn't say it was an
What happens
accent.
to frogs when they get hit by lightning?
The same thing that happens to everything else. It's just like, why are you talking like that? Like, there's not
Nice
an
Hannibal
accent.
impression.
What's that? Thanks. But like,
Creepy.
I feel like like this
I
one.
love the new girl though.
I feel like this, like if Halle Berry had like actually done a good accent, then I feel like I would like her more. But to me, it didn't flow just because of the difference between the two actors.
I'm
Well,
totally okay
you
with that because the continuity in the movie is so messed up that like
That's so minor.
You're like giving the like people who like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man
Stop it.
because they don't know the right Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That's literally what you're doing. I'm sorry.
yeah, her character she's
Halle
from
Berry's
Africa.
wrong.
Yeah, okay, I see. I knew that part. So like, why I don't know.
Take it up with Halle Berry.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
ruined your Storm.
HalleBerry@gmail.com. Send her an email.
fire
up with
one
your
off.
accent?
Halle.berry.
Halle.Berry. Hey, what up?
What do you guys think of Olivia Munn, though? Do you think she was underutilized as
Very.
Psylocke?
Yep.
Or
I don't
I'm
remember
saying
if
that.
she died, but I hope she did.
Nope, she just kind of like
She
looked around a
scurried
corner
away.
and then
Random.
spoilers. She ran off.
Oh, I wish she was dead because she was fucking.
She's also in
garbage.
The Last Stand, by the way. If you guys don't know that, her character is in The Last
Her
Stand.
character or Olivia Munn is?
Her character is in
Okay.
The Last Stand.
Of course.
Again, she's like 18
She
in
is?
that movie. Yeah, very minor role. She like
That movie's
throws some
erased.
dude off a building.
wow.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember how she like released that like training video and everything?
Yeah.
Of her like fighting with a sword
Yeah.
and stuff.
Someone said like she went full ninja on the set.
She
Someone said
does
that recently.
none of that
she's
in the movie.
amazing.
She has one fight scene, really.
Yeah,
Like,
She had a
bigger.
nice CGI flip with
Yeah.
like a lightsaber from all the trailers.
and then
that-
like barely saves Storm.
Yeah, it was like super close to her head.
The car
Did,
that just misses.
did you guys
her.
like her? I thought she was garbage.
Yeah, no, she's garbage.
Get
Yeah.
her out of the movie. Yeah, okay, thank you.
Not
Scott.
great. Not
There's
great.
just so much problems with it.
So jarring. I'm like, Olivia Munn, why are you in an X-Men movie? It's like the one thing you don't want to be thinking. Like, I just see Olivia Munn, and not for a second did I see Psylocke.
No.
She's supposed to be
Yeah.
this like intimidating character,
Oh God!
but
Just picture like
She
Attack of the
wasn't.
Show, like her and that other guy. Just
for some reason
doing
she looked
stuff.
like she was cosplaying the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys want to do ratings, then we can get into some spoilers?
Yeah,
we're almost
Yes,
there
I
anyways.
do.
yeah. We should just rate it and then
Spoil it.
We can, yeah.
I have a non-spoiler, just my main flaw with the movie.
Yep.
It's like vague. I thought I had Man of Steel syndrome, where like the last half hour was just mindless CGI.
yeah.
and,
Oh, just
bullshit.
insane. Like,
On a very obvious soundstage.
yeah.
Seriously.
It looked like a video game, which is what they went with in every trailer. Just like clips from that like whole half an hour climax of like destruction porn. Don't give a fuck.
No.
Yeah.
Just give
Least
me.
favorite part of the movie.
I just
by
want
far.
McAvoy and Fassbender's like drama between each other. Just please like shred everything else.
Like that whole CGI, like that immense, like just unnecessary CGI, like especially with Magneto.
I don't even remember it. It's just like a blur of CGI.
There's just so much.
Yeah.
It's like a blender or something.
I'd watch a show of just like Xavier's School or something
That would be a
Sure.
good show.
like anything. Like just give me more of that.
Like every
Yeah.
show ends, like every episode ends with like the school blowing up.
Yeah. They have to rebuild it.
Like the opening credits are just them rebuilding the school.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious.
Tim, though, let's get your rating.
Mid 3, as Ty would say.
It's catching on.
3.
As
So 3.
the real members, real with 2 E's, members of the podcast. 3.
3.
Sorry, Ty.
So to say,
Yeah.
like, I'm not a real.
Yeah, that's what I got at.
Thank you.
Join the society. Make it 38. We went down to 37, by the way, guys.
Really? We lost one?
Yeah.
Hilarious.
So
Okay.
Ty, we need you to sacrifice yourself.
I'm gonna say a heavy 3.
Heavy 3.
Oh, you actually said it right too. Good for you.
Adam.
Coming into this conversation, I was a heavy 3, but I think the negatives stand out a little more than the positives. I have to stress I did have fun, and I don't agree with all the reviews. Like, I'm seeing a lot of people like, worst X-Men
No,
movie,
yeah.
this is garbage, like, complete shit pile. No.
Definitely go see it. It's not shit.
Yeah.
Like,
It's not shit.
It's fun. It's worth seeing in the theater. I'd have to give it a 3, though. Just a 3.
mid 3.
Yeah, I'm with both you guys. It's a 3. 3 to 5 reels. It's not quite good enough to hit 3. Yeah, heavy 3 for me.
I feel like it's something I'd have to rewatch. Though.
Walking into the theater, I was like having fun. It was like heavy 3, like
Yeah.
that was. But now, just there's so much like plot holes and like issues and like schlock in there. It's
Yeah.
just like 3,
Yeah, for sure.
not a 0. But
All right, and with that spoiler section. So if you don't want to hear any spoilers for X-Men Apocalypse, skip ahead to our news topics. But we're gonna get into it.
okay, here we go.
Anything? One thing I do want to mention. I mentioned to Adam earlier. I read an article about Jubilee.
Hilarious.
I think I misread the article because I said that I leaned over to Adam and I was like, apparently they cut Jubilee out completely from this movie. Like, I was shocked. And he's like, oh yeah, wow, that's fucked, eh? The movie starts.
It's like the first scene. It felt like
I don't know. The first scene where she like walks in, and whenever I see her, I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm like, Scott, can you cut yourself out of this theater, please?
And then she kept showing up. I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm like, hey, Jubilee, and she's just like, oh, Return of the Jedi is the worst. And I'm like, wow, so she speaks. Okay, Scott, you're dead.
Brutal. But no, apparently it was. I just misread the article. I guess they cut out the mall scene, which they were talking.
I would have loved to have seen that.
What mall scene was this? Sorry.
When they went to the mall.
Oh,
It's
that
supposed to be more of them like doing mall
actually
stuff,
at the
Yeah.
mall walking,
which
to the
would have
mall.
brought like
Would have been too
character
fun.
to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been fun to see.
You can't have that. You need more like
And
CGI
apparently
stuff.
they had a scene where Jubilee actually uses her powers,
I would have lost my shit.
which they cut out.
I love me some Jubilee
I'm
from
sorry.
like
Who's Jubilee?
Yellow coat.
Yellow coat, Asian
Little
girl.
Asian.
Oh, the one. The other one that went to the mall.
Yeah.
Okay.
What would have been cool about that was the first. I think it's one of the first. I think it is the first episode of the X-Men cartoon. Takes place in a mall with Jubilee, and like
Right.
a Sentinel shows up, and it's pretty sweet.
That would be cool.
It's a throwback.
amazing,
Yeah, exactly.
fun. Remember that word? Fun.
That might be one of my biggest issues. This movie took a lot of like weird turns. Like I'm like, that's what you're deciding to do with this. That's an odd choice.
With this, with your time that you
With-
have,
yeah.
like you're gonna do this.
Yeah, are you gonna go down that route?
You're right. That would have been amazing if like they're just in the mall and like a sentinel attacked and she had to like combust it or whatever.
Oh, that would have been so cool.
Right? Do you know Jubilee? Like she can like explode stuff by touching it.
I did not.
Yeah.
Like, this movie felt like high budget and low budget at the same time. Like
Cut corners.
there's like 3 like scenes, not scenes. There's
Set
like 3
pieces?
settings. There's like the school, Weapon X, Egypt. That's about it.
And
But like
I
the
think-
first X-Men movie, you had like the trains, like they went to an actual like train station and did shit there. They did stuff at the school. They did stuff at
Statue of
the Empire
Liberty.
Strikes. Not the Empire Strikes. The Empire State Building.
Jesus.
Sweetie.
They wouldn't
sweetie.
watch
So,
Empire
like you
Strikes
actually
Back.
like went to these places and filmed, and then this one just like they have like a CGI school, CGI Egypt,
It's just like
probably a
sets.
CGI mall.
Oh my god, speaking of CGI, I forgot to mention this when you said some of the effects were shoddy. When Cyclops takes the shades up and cuts that tree in half, did that not look like the worst thing you've ever seen?
No, the worst thing I ever
Wasn't
seen
great.
was probably Magneto
Acute.
and Jean Grey rebuilding the school at the end.
Yeah,
was
that was
pretty
vomit inducing also, actually.
That was like
It looked-
Philosopher's Stone CGI bad.
It looked
I
like
think the tree was worse. Like, that tree folded like PS2 graphics. Was like, I was like, why? What's going
There's
on?
like that pause, and then it just like
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
just like falls.
Michael was like, that was my grandfather's tree.
I think Tim watching them rebuild the school was very similar to like watching like the Sims build a house. Like
Yeah.
it seemed like it was just like all just kind of just
Oh my
like, it was
god.
all just like just coming together, all
Drag
That's the
and
weird thing
drop.
too.
like
Like
pixelated, and there's
just
like
because you can like lift metal and stuff doesn't mean
Doesn't
you
mean
can
you're an
like
architect.
put it together
Yeah,
in the
doesn't mean you
right
can-
way.
you can't like
Correct,
weld
yeah.
pipes. You can't like
When did they learn like engineering?
yeah.
Fassbender worked in that steel mill. He should. He must know by now.
Oh man.
Jeez.
It's like the opening to like the Half Blood Prince or something, like when like they put the room back together and like everything just like it's like it's not magic. All right.
The one CG aspect that I didn't dislike was the Magneto like magnet like.
Fielding? Yeah, it looks good.
I did not like that. I don't
No?
know. Like it just
Like towards the end.
Sorry, what?
yeah. Just
That's what I was
the
gonna say.
Like the really big scenes of like
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
just like
That stuff looked bad. The actual like circle around him looked pretty good.
Oh,
Like, Quicksilver was like pushing on
yeah.
it.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But
I
otherwise,
mean,
I'm
like coming
why-
out of the
like, what do you
ground,
even-
the like
Yeah.
magnetic field loop things that come into the ground. Just I was like, oh god, this is horrible. I wish they showed it in the trailer even of like the bridge like
Yeah.
getting exploded by like the.
They definitely showed that in the trailer.
It's
Every
awful.
fucking time.
I quite disliked that.
What did you guys think of like when Evan Peters, this sort of hinting at, well, him actually saying Magneto's his father, and then hinting at wanting to bring it up to him, then he gets a chance and just is like, "I'm here for my family too."
Yeah, but it wasn't
Yeah,
the
I was
best.
kind of
yeah.
shocked that
Yeah,
he didn't fully say it.
I was like, I said, like,
horrified.
it wasn't like the best time to bring that up. It was like, hey, while you're destroying the world, I'm your son, kind of thing.
Yeah,
Like,
why
but
would you
still, that
want to
would've-
stop him from destroying the world?
It would have made way more sense if like he's like, I'm your son, and then Magneto's like just continues on with his shit. And then just about when like Psylocke's about to like when you think Psylocke's gonna come up and like slice Evan Peters' neck, whatever, Magneto like interferes and be like, no, you're gonna kill my son, I'm gonna have to intervene.
Why would he not tell him? It's like that's your chance to like maybe save
Yeah,
the
It's like
world.
a much better way.
Yeah. Would have made more sense than
Instead
having like
of, like-
Mystique walk up as Psylocke and like slice.
Oh,
I did like
Right?
the the reveal of Magneto like turning back, like how Apocalypse like you betrayed me. He's like, no, I betrayed them.
Yeah, I like
Like,
that.
It's a good line.
I like that line.
I
but-
didn't understand the motivation. Like,
I don't like him forming an X with those two like eye beams.
hated that. I hated
It was
that.
super lame.
Yeah.
Can we go back? What was the whole like betraying them? My mind was just like I was just like drooling from the.
Oh, the
destruction
entire
point.
time.
He betrayed the other like X-Men basically.
Like you
Like, he went
betrayed
to
his mutant
Apocalypse
friends. Like,
instead of like
Oh, I
more of
see.
an overall kind of thing.
Yeah.
He's saying
he betrayed them by going to Apocalypse,
Gotcha.
basically.
Sweet. Nice. Okay. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. All right.
What did you guys think to the nod? Like
Not
like
bad, I
the
guess.
like the actual Phoenix. Like
Yeah,
seeing,
we
like,
got to see
what
the
do you guys think of that?
Phoenix, yeah.
That was shoehorned and came out of nowhere.
Oh, incredibly.
Yeah.
But
Nice
like
shoe-
You guys
Shoehorn.
didn't expect that though? Like you didn't expect to see some Phoenix action?
Not at the beginning of the movie. No, I'm like, this is a girl who has like trouble controlling her dreams.
I mean, at the end of the movie.
And then I know, but then at the end of the movie, all of a sudden, just from like a little pep talk from Xavier, she can like harness this alien force and like unleash it like directly at Apocalypse and like harm no one else.
Yeah, I didn't like it. Like Last Stand, I know that movie's erased, but like she almost ended the world by going full like Phoenix mode, and in this she's like 15 and she just can like instantly get it. That's so against like Jean Grey.
Yeah.
Like she's supposed to work her way to become the Phoenix.
I thought it was cool, but it could have been better done. Like they didn't like you said with shoehorned. It didn't really fit in with the character.
And there's like no mention of it. Like I listened to Comic Book or Weekly Planet this week or today, and they mentioned that like if you haven't read the comic books or if you're not aware of like the Phoenix thing,
casuals,
you'd be like, "What the fuck just happened?" This giant like flaming bird that
it's true.
Did anyone even mention the word Phoenix?
No, it just not once.
Like,
I just knew.
Is that a fucking Phoenix?
Yeah.
Was that a Phoenix?
Is that a firebird? What the hell is a firebird? What the hell is that doing there?
What's happening?
Like,
it's hilarious.
Not aware of that, and you have like no clue what just happened in that scene. You're just like, what?
That's perfect.
She just melted Apocalypse.
Literally, like...
How could she do that? She's some sort of phoenix or something? Yeah. Like, what is that?
Hilarious.
One thing I wanted... Like, I know I talked to, like... this is, like, totally different. Like, I talked to Adam about this a while ago. We went over one of our main discussions over which we share food. Mm-hmm. The timeline. Like, the brilliantness of, like, the Fox timeline. Mm-hmm. As to what they've done. Like, now, like, I think I mentioned this to you as well when we saw it. So, Scott, this is mainly just for you. And our millions of listeners.
Great,
brilliant.
What they've done is they've totally fixed their timeline. It's because now like they're doing one more movie, which is the night. Like they'll do. I think someone said the 90s, and then the movie after that, it'll be 2000, and which is
will be like back where we started.
But at the same time, it'll all be different. So they can either move right past the first X-Men movie because they've totally changed history.
Yeah. So
like now they're like now either go with that movie like as X-Men 1, or they can totally push past it and keep going.
I think they'll just go to the point after X2 and just forget last time
X-Men 3. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, they'll just redo that.
I think we'll
get the Juggernaut again.
They're working hard to fuck up that brilliant reset.
Yeah,
I think the reset was brilliant.
Yeah,
great like writing device to like reset the whole timeline, and now you have this new parallel like alternate universe.
It's parallel, like it's alternate, but it's still parallel.
So they're having a reboot,
cool. But they're quickly like muddying the waters again.
Yeah, classic Fox.
I was looking up a timeline earlier. Ty, you saw me looking at it.
Yeah,
there's like 3 timelines now where there's like
3. Oh, there's 2.
There's 3 apparently, which is like where Mystique killed Trask at the Paris thing in '73.
Right.
Okay.
And then there's the one where like
because of the
she stopped from killing him in Paris, but then kills him in Washington. Right. In 1973, and then there's the one where like she doesn't kill him at all.
That's true, because like the actual Days of Future Past.
There's like 3 different timelines, and they're just all fucked up.
Again, classic Deadpool. Timelines are so confusing.
They are confusing.
Deadpool said it best.
They are. What do you guys think about an X-Force? Speaking of Deadpool,
I was gonna say I don't know.
Olivia Munn's like wanting it to happen because Psylocke is in X-Force.
Of course, Olivia Munn wants it to fucking happen. I don't know how like. Do you guys buy that they're definitely doing like a X-Men with this same team after Apocalypse set in the 90s? I know they said that.
I hope so because I liked the characters enough that I would want to see them.
Right. I want to see more.
I hope so as well. But do you think that is realistic?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm hoping so because the costumes at the end,
specifically
Mystique and Cyclops, are like perfect looking. They're not like overly cartoony.
Yeah.
But they're like excellent looking costumes.
Mystique's is like exactly from the comics.
Yeah, it has like the white and blue.
Like white in the middle. It's like spot on.
Scott's is like perfect.
Yeah, all the costumes at the end are like exactly how they should be.
I'm kind of worried though. Like if they do another one, like are they gonna have Michael Fassbender do it? Because if he does, like, that means there's only 10 years from 2000, and he and Ian McKellen look very different.
He just horribly
like,
looks 10
what, like,
years.
what the hell happened?
Well, that's the whole point of
He had a
resetting it.
stroke.
Yeah, but like, so like, how are they gonna
Right.
find a middle ground?
Maybe in
between
this
Michael
new
Fassbender?
universe they do age slower. I don't know.
I don't necessarily buy that they're just gonna definitely do another one. I don't know if you guys know, the entire cast is contracts are up. Like,
Oh, I didn't know that.
Like Fassbender, Jennifer Lawrence, James McAvoy,
Yeah.
Oh, we're losing J-Law?
obviously Hugh Jackman. Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
Well, it's the big three's contracts are up. McAvoy,
Yeah.
Fassbender, Lawrence.
To me, that's the
The
entire
other
cast.
the other actors
Yeah, she's the big
are under
three.
contract.
Right, like I believe we get them, but like that'll be more of like a reboot, like with all the new people.
Yeah.
I don't know that I buy that they're just gonna like Singer's gonna come back and they're gonna bring these guys back, especially.
I don't. What do you guys think? Singer will be back?
I don't want him to
That's
be
what I'm
back.
into. No,
I don't think he will be.
And if you look at the money, it made 85 million domestic. That's not great. Like that's probably the lowest opening weekend of an X-Men movie.
Was it?
I don't know that for sure. It's got to be down
The
there.
highest grossing movie in the world right now, though.
Right. They
Currently.
said that Fox president said they're very happy with the worldwide. I think it was like 2 something.
It's been out for 2 weeks, though, worldwide.
Yeah, it came
I
out.
wouldn't be thrilled if I was them looking at Civil War and BVS. It's made like half of what they made.
not-
X-Men movie has
Civil
never been
War.
on the same par as those
No.
films, though.
They never did that well, as well as those.
Well, what's the one? Days of Future Past made like 117 opening weekend. This made 85, so I'd be concerned right there if I was them.
I wouldn't.
No?
No,
No.
I think,
You think
I think
they'll
it's
just-
I think they're just happy that they're
Everything's
making money,
fine.
to be honest with you.
They spent 200 million on this, and they made like worldwide, I guess 200 million. Yeah, it's decent.
So I think they're just like, phew, kind of thing right now. Like, they're just kind of like, they made it.
I would be in a panic. I'd be like, holy fuck! Our like the 3 biggest stars are gone, like free agents, and we didn't
Honestly,
make a
I'd
profit.
if McAvoy and Fassbender are back, I'd be down with that. If
Of course,
J Law
yeah.
left,
I'd be
I'd
back
cool with that.
with
I agree.
Fassbender as like the actual villain. Would be sweet.
Like, yeah.
Like, keep it
Yes.
simple.
But
like,
then,
Yeah, you don't need to. I mean, they've already set up Mr. Sinister
Right.
from the, which
Yeah.
is stupid because this movie's gonna take place like 10 years later. I'm like, he's taking 10 years to get his plan together here.
well, I don't know about that. Well,
They already said the next one's in the 90s, so it's
but is Mr. Sinister going to show up in the next one, or is it more the Wolverine movie?
what? Oh, he might be in the Wolverine movie. Who knows?
Yes.
I don't
that's what I
know
initially
anymore.
thought.
I don't give a shit. Still doesn't time. The timeline
just-
doesn't work out with that
That was
at all.
my question. Do you guys think?
But
I think they'll just
It could be
introduce-
like just foreshadowing for even if it happens in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess so.
I have
Who
a
knows?
question about that scene with the whole Wolverine thing, which
We all did.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's start by talking about Wolverine. Did you guys? What do you think of that scene?
It felt.
Where
I'll just jump in. If
Yeah.
you don't mind. It felt very like a lot of things in this movie. It just felt like, okay, here's Hugh Jackman's like obligated cameo.
fan
Yeah.
service?
Like, what a
Yeah, it's
fucking
fan service.
surprise! And then he just, I liked him.
Who's
like,
that
slide-
feral beast in the cage?
I was, you know, what I was
We have
praying
no
for.
idea.
Anybody else praying for Deadpool or thinking at all maybe Deadpool?
No.
I thought
Like,
that would have
Wolverine.
been
Didn't cross my mind.
perfect.
No, I did not even think about that.
No, I was like jizzing, like just thinking about
Well,
it.
He wasn't Weapon X
Deadpool?
program
He
in
was.
Deadpool.
He was.
Not in the Deadpool movie. No, the Deadpool
That's what I
movie's
mean.
not Weapon X.
Ajax isn't Stryker. Like
Why did what? That defeats the purpose of XCOM give it to you.
Well, no, but
I
he
like that.
Oh, I think it was Weapon X.
he was
Yeah,
Weapon
why
X,
would they go with XCOM give it to you?
but he
He was definitely Weapon X.
I figured come back. To
Wasn't
it.
Stryker.
I figured it out. I figured it was. Come back to me. Later.
We'll come back to you, alright. Yeah, I just thought that would have been hilarious though. But
I wasn't
understand.
expecting it at all.
Yeah.
I like the scene in general. Like
Wolverine again.
Wolverine
I
was
guess.
ruthless in it. It's just like
Yeah, I
blood
like that.
splattering
Yeah.
like everywhere again.
Yeah,
Super violent.
it's like savage.
How is it not
I was
R? Like, what?
shocked.
Yeah.
All the blood spatter. I'm like, how is this PG?
I guess because you don't see blood coming out of their body. Just
His
hitting them
costume
all.
was ridiculous looking.
ridiculous.
but-
Hair was ridiculous.
As I mentioned to Ty, as soon as we finished on it, nostalgia hit me hard because I had a Weapon X toy Wolverine was wearing that like computer mask, and I was like,
Okay.
I had a toy version of him dressed up as that.
So it worked for you, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like
like
that
it.
look. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's cool. Like, I think it fit.
Here's the thing: when you saw like Jean, like she took like the head, like what looked like a '90s back brace, when she like took that off of him, she like gave him back a little bit of memory. How come she doesn't remember him at all in the new ones?
Alternate timelines, bruh.
Oh yeah, you're right. And they just covered their asses.
Who? Sorry.
Jean. When Jean met Wolverine, how come 20 years later when she meets him again, she has no memory of him? You think that would be like a pretty memorable scene?
No, this is before.
What do you mean?
This Jean meeting him is like 18. The one that met him in the old movies was like 40. This is before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what
yeah.
he said.
She had...
Yeah, so then how come like when she meets him in X1
Oh.
2000, how come she doesn't remember him?
Right, but that actually didn't happen. Like, this is happening now. See, it's confusing. It's a new... They're like parallel...
Oh, because it was from the
timelines.
one before.
This is technically happening after.
In the original series,
It's very confusing.
she never met him. In this new timeline,
Since he went back. Oh my god, that is so
not
stupid.
even since he went back, it takes place because he stopped the.
That's why time travel is
Travel
impossible.
The Sentinels, and so like he was captured, and so since he was captured, that's when oh my god,
It's a paradox.
that
He
sucks.
also wasn't captured at the end of Days of Future Past because that William Stryker was a Mystique, so he got captured sometime.
Oh my god,
between
so
those
he
two
wasn't even
movies.
captured by them.
Nothing on
Oh,
screen.
this is infuriating me
My head
so
hurts.
much.
This is the problem. X-Men sets up like a lot of things to happen in like future movies, and then they just don't get addressed again.
It's true.
Like Quicksilver doesn't tell Magneto that he's his dad. And probably in the next one, he's going to have told him sometime between those two movies.
Well, yeah,
And
because
we'll
like 10
miss
years...
out on
so-
that comment, or we'll miss out on that moment instead of just doing it in the movie.
Yeah, me trying to wrap around Wolverine right now. I'm just.
Don't even think
I
about
can't.
Just have fun.
How does that?
He was captured by Mystique.
Will that change everything? And that happened in X-Men and X2. The fact that
Yeah.
she like let him loose there. Does that change?
No.
Does that
No.
literally change
Past.
everything?
Because this hadn't happened yet in that timeline. This is technically the present.
In the original timeline, they never even like show up at the Weapon X base.
This is going
He just
AWOL.
does his usual escape at some point.
I can see why they
Don't
don't
get it.
get it
I know.
straight.
I don't
yeah.
get it.
Yeah,
Sick.
Sick.
These
I
timelines
love
are so
it.
confusing.
You know.
Is there anything else we
Sick.
want to mention before we?
Yeah.
Also, I don't like the way
No.
Magneto and Charles ended because they're friends again.
It's very
I'm like-
weird. They keep going, like, jumping back and forth.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, you murdered a lot of people in this one.
Yeah, how are you not wanted?
I kind of like
Or
that.
how's like Charles okay with him being like, okay, see ya, old friend. Although I do like the line that Magneto tells him, which he also says in X-Men or X-Men 2. He's like, Charles, what if one day people show up to school looking for you and your children? And then Charles is like, well, I pity the soul of
I
Bergson.
pity the fool.
I pity the fool.
Beautiful.
I'm like, that's what Ian McKellen said to Patrick Stewart in like the first one.
That's
Yeah.
swag.
I kind of like that they're like they kind of went back and they were friends again because like that's kind of like their friendship. Like they're
Frenemies.
well that's the thing. It's like they are
It's like
frenemies.
a
but, like,
respect.
yeah,
You know.
like they are friends,
Still.
but they have like there's more to it than that. And so like I kind of don't mind.
It's weird.
Like obviously they're gonna
Like
become
helping
enemies.
rebuild a school. It's really weird.
Well, I think that him rebuilding the school was weird just looking at it. But I kind of like that. Like I like that they were kind of like back to where they started. But like then it kind of doesn't set up like the next one. What they do is like, are they gonna hate each other again in the next one? And then they're back to like
It's
each other.
the opposite.
and
They're gonna start liking each other in the beginning and then end up hating.
then they hate each other in the end. And, it's
And
just,
then we're back to X-Men. So
Okay.
I think I might be
Exhausting.
lowering. I think I
Yeah.
might be going down to a
Exhausting.
3 now. Like,
I think Fox should just go full Deadpool train and just slowly branch off of X-Men.
yeah.
I don't think anyone's coming back. I think they're just going to go into X-Force.
Just give everything back. Give back X-Men.
Oh, yeah,
give
that'd
back
be
Fantastic Four.
nice.
Just Fox,
That's
get
not
out of the superhero business.
yeah. Let's move on to our news topics. You discuss alternate timelines enough.
Seriously, we could do a whole podcast.
Yes. So this week, there has been an announcement recently by Dwayne Johnson
that he will be starring in the upcoming Doc Savage, directed by Nice Guys director Shane Black, who is just about to start on The Predator. The Predator? Yeah. So Doc Savage will be the film he's going to do following The Predator. So what are you guys' thoughts on Dwayne Johnson playing this classic, pulp novel character, Doc Savage? What do you guys think of that? Directed by Shane Black. Tim?
Me? Don't care.
Sick!
I have, no knowledge of Doc Savage at all. So I don't know his property.
Is Doc Savage like a human tower? Because,
I don't know.
I don't, how many roles can
But it's
Dwayne
Shane Black.
Johnson fit?
Doc Savage is like the inspiration for Superman, basically.
Okay.
Very different. He's kind of. He was an inspiration for Superman. The fact that he's superhuman. Basically, he was trained by his father, and I'm not sure if there was some other people training him, but basically a child prodigy, genius level intellect and superhuman strength and all this craziness, and he basically is a detective kind of thing. He solves crime and helps save people and stuff.
It was a serial, right? Like Flash Gordon?
Yeah, basically.
That's what I thought.
Is Shane Black writing this as well?
I'm guessing.
I think he's working on it.
Right.
He'll be working on this.
He's
script.
never
He often
directed
does.
a movie he
Yeah.
didn't write, so.
He wrote Iron Man 3.
Sorry.
Actually, there are some pretty funny
My
moments in that movie.
condolences.
Yeah.
Does
I mean,
that change your thoughts on? Do you think
not overly, because I still don't have, I don't know about this character at all.
it's kind of it
seems
kind of reminds me of
interesting.
John Carter. It's a
Ugh.
super old property.
It's not helping.
It's just ruthless.
Physically disgusting.
How is it, John Carter?
In the way that it's a really out of date character.
Right, that no one's asking for. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Like Flash
No one's
Gordon.
asking for Doc Savage.
Don't
Yeah.
give
Yeah, I don't know. It's Shane Black. I trust most things that he does. If he's interested, I assume there's probably something to it.
Awesome. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like such a random character. I'd never heard of Doc Savage until I heard this news came up recently that Dwayne Johnson was rumored to be in this, in talks or whatever. So, and then doing a little bit of research on the backstory, I'm like, okay, that's interesting. The Rock.
This is his passion project. He's been working on this for years.
But then, Shane Black, I'm a little bit more excited. This seems like an interesting fit. So, I'm tentatively in. It could be good. I mean, Doc Savage has hair, so we'll see how that works out.
I was just
He's got a good head of hair.
It's red hair. A good head of red. I don't even know
Red?
Look blonde to me.
some of the
Pretty sure he has blonde hair, but...
some of the illustrations.
Anyways,
red. 100%.
there's
Tyler?
There's only so many roles that Dwayne Johnson. He's a great actor.
He's got a lot of roles going on.
But
right now.
the giant CIA agent, the giant FBI officer,
The giant Baywatch.
the
person.
giant the giant lifeguard.
Yeah.
These are all there's certain roles he can play, and there's certain ones that he can't.
A lot
I
of range.
think an average to little bit larger sized Doc Savage character like Doc Savage.
Superhuman strength.
Superhuman strength, but superhuman strength doesn't often go with superhuman size. He's a big guy. Look at Superman's character. Superhuman strength, but he's not as big and huge as The Rock is.
He's not tanking out.
No, I follow The Rock on Instagram. The guy is insane.
Yeah.
He looks like
Swole.
he could kill anything.
Yeah,
if he got hit by a
crush your
car,
head
he'd fuck
a
up the car.
Watermelon.
I
grapefruit.
think this is too much. I think
There's
he's
signs watch for moose.
watch for Dwayne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of mooses.
It's watch
when
for
I-
The Rock instead of rocks.
When
It's just The Rock
I
calling.
read that he was trained to be super superhuman intellect.
Yeah.
The Rock was Dwayne Johnson.
No, Doc
Oh.
Savage. Child prodigy, super genius level. I'm I just see The Rock just with glasses studying or something. I'm
like with like a schoolboy like outfit, like just bulging, like ripping out of it.
Ben Affleck and the accountant kind of thing.
And I'm just like, I don't believe that.
Yeah. Just because you put on glasses doesn't mean anything.
I think this is gonna be a very like tongue-in-cheek comedy.
It's gonna have to be a comedy.
Yeah.
There's no way he can pull off nerd. Like, there's no nerd that's massive.
I don't know how I feel about it. I'm kind of on the fence.
Nerd's someone you can make fun of. Are any of you going to make fun of The Rock? No.
Nah. He's a boss.
He will literally kill you.
Barehanded.
Yes.
Adam, I want to hear your thoughts, though.
He's a teddy bear.
Jesus.
Biggest teddy bear in the world.
I don't care about the property, Doc Savage, but if it's an excuse to get like a Shane Black action comedy, I'm in. Nice Guys is amazing. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is good. Yeah,
amazing.
I'm in.
Cool.
I definitely don't know anything about Doc Savage, but like it's like they always say on like Collider and stuff. Like like the property isn't as important as the people behind it
and the story. You know.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Doc Savage, but Shane Black. Okay, Faith is.
We definitely have to give Shane Black the benefit of the doubt here.
Yeah, he's
especially
earned it.
since Nice Guys.
Yeah.
And Kiss Kiss.
He's redeemed himself for Iron Man 3.
You know.
Yeah.
What have you done for me lately? You know, Nice Guys.
A lot.
Yeah.
The Rock. Yeah, The Rock like works for that role. I mean, he's just like chiseled out of stone, like god of a man. So that works. He's supposed to be like superhero-ish thing before superheroes were like the thing to do.
But he looks bigger than superheroes, though.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
he looks
Black
like super
Adam.
villain.
He's like the one that like the superheroes trained to be. Like he looks like he's massive.
Correct. Yeah. Superman has a picture of him on his wall.
Yeah, it's just The Rock is his motivation.
Henry Cavill probably does have a picture of him.
Yeah,
they're probably trained together.
Well, they're in DC. He's in Shazam or Black Adam if that movie ever comes out. Yeah, I think it'll be good. I'm in.
All right, sick. I think we'll move on then into our next news topic.
Cool.
And that is a trailer for a movie called Morgan, starring Kate Mara, Paul Giamatti, Toby Jones, Rose Leslie, Jennifer Jason Leigh, among others. Sort of a Morgan is some we don't know. Is some strange things.
What is Morgan?
Yeah. Seriously. Kind of a mysterious
dropping
trailer.
hashtags.
What do you guys think of the trailer for Morgan? Adam? We'll start with you.
This is why we're an hour and 50
So we
minutes.
don't have to
can
beat around the bush. Spit it out.
Intriguing. I'm not hyped, but I'm intrigued. Like, I just saw a thumbnail of just like a girl with the hood up, and I'm like, what is this shit? And then I watched the trailer.
Is this The Purge 3 or something?
Yeah. So I'm intrigued. I love the score. The score like creeped me out. It was really just like engrossing. I like Kate Mara a lot. I like the whole cast, that none of which were in the trailer. So that was interesting.
Crazy.
I'm a lot more optimistic now. Is the director, writer, anyone big? Do we know? Any idea? Maybe? Possibly? We'll look it up. Okay,
we'll
good.
find out in a quick sec. And we're back.
I feel weird. Like they're doing the whole hide Morgan's face thing, and like I just feel like it's gonna be a wet noodle when they reveal it.
Probably a normal looking person.
Yeah.
It's probably just like Anya
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Aaron Taylor Johnson, the female version.
It's a smoke screen.
It's
It's
total
actually
smoke
Aaron
screen.
Taylor Johnson.
Oh shit!
Morgan. That's why they picked a ambiguous name.
I was wondering if it would be like a Kate Mara clone. That's why they're hiding the face or something.
Yeah, that's
Like
my
the-
feeling.
Right? I feel like that's what it is. She's gonna take the hood down. It's gonna be Kate Mara, and that scene in the trailer of Kate Mara getting like tortured is her killing her and taking over her life. So
That sounds better than it probably is going to end up being.
yeah, you're right. Sorry, it's probably Anya Taylor Johnson.
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Writer and
retweeted
director are like first timers essentially.
Oh, good.
Perfect. Nothing to judge.
Sick.
I'm hype. I'm in. If Morgan Freeman's in it, I'm in.
Or Tracy Morgan.
Or Tracy Morgan.
Morgan Freeman narrates this entire
Any
movie.
Morgan's. Oh, that'd be great. And then
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm not super hyped because I feel like it could go either way. Like if this was from like an established director,
of course.
who I'm like, oh my god, like this looks sick because I know what they've done, then I would be more excited. But it's in new directors. Or is it director?
Yeah, new director. He directed like a short before this and something else.
Okay. So a new director. So there's no real there's no real expectation as to what there's obviously a twist here. So will the twist turn out to be good? Who knows? For some reason, I get this feeling. What was that movie where Tyler, you must know. Olivia Wilde.
Oh, you're talking
Olivia Wilde dies
Lazarus
and
Effect.
gets
Oh my god, he didn't know.
He says Olivia Wilde. He says Lazarus
I
Effect.
can't do the whole synopsis of Scott Pilgrim, and you're still confused.
That was the greatest thing of all
But
time.
Scott can be like, "What's that Olivia Wilde movie where
Lazarus
she's
Effect.
Olivia
like,
Wilde. She's
Lazarus
dead.
Effect.
Olivia.
Yeah, you guys didn't get that right away.
No.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
I feel
when he
like
said
this,
Olivia Wilde, no, I didn't get
I
Lazarus
hope
Effect.
this movie isn't on the level of a Lazarus Effect type movie.
Is that what you should? Is that...
I did not, as a huge Olivia Wilde fan,
Yeah, I think
I
you
did-
last seen it.
I did not enjoy it.
Okay.
I
No,
hope
understand.
there is. There could be hope for this movie, but I don't know.
I agree.
I don't know. You guys.
I'm intrigued, and the trailer is pretty cool. It's cut pretty well.
Oh.
Tim likes.
I think it is a bit of I'm not expecting a huge twist. I think it's gonna be
What do you
Like,
think it's going to be? Kmara?
it's just gonna be weird because is the whole movie
Rooney
gonna be
Mara?
where you
Surprises
don't
Rooney
see
Mara.
the girl's face for the whole movie? It's either gonna find out what the twist is
No.
pretty early, or it's just gonna be it's shot from behind the whole time, and at the end it pans around and that's Kmara's clone.
It's Rooney Mara.
It could. It could be something else completely random.
Yeah.
It could be she's a robot or something.
It's
Or
going to be revealed early. You're right.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I think they're just gonna instantly show her face.
I feel like they'll show it what's gonna happen. They're gonna show it early on, like you said, but then there's gonna be I think there's gonna be a bigger twist later on. Something much bigger is gonna
Smoke
happen.
screen.
Yeah, but
Look over here, and then they show you something on the
it's over here, and then Benedict Cumberbatch is Khan. It's like that. So
it's a
What
little
are your
better.
thoughts, Ty?
it look like Tim said, it's intriguing. I feel like there's something there that could be great, but then like Adam said, I feel like that's probably what you said is probably better than what it's actually going to be.
I hope not. I hope they can beat my idea.
I hope so too.
They give me some money and I'll write it.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, it looks freaky, so I'm kind of half on the I'm on the fence of not seeing
Freaky,
it.
so you're in.
I love huge horror fan, right?
I think it's hard when you go the mystery box route for a trailer when there's no one attached that anyone trusts. Because something like a Cloverfield Lane or Cloverfield, you have the J.J. Abrams sort of pushing it.
Yeah.
This, you're just
You have Kate Mara,
Oh,
who
look at
was
this.
in Pan and
Forced
Fantastic
it.
Four.
Not
They're trying to sell you on
She was
all
not
the
in Pan.
actors involved.
Fuck, damn it!
Her sister was in Pan.
That's exactly what I meant.
But
They're
they
trying to
don't
sell
show
you-
that cast in the trailers.
Yeah.
It's
Oh.
They show
Jennifer
Kate
Jason
Mara.
Leigh, Paul Giamatti.
they're
what?
don't see this movie, basically, is what they're saying. We're going to hide our only marketable people.
Makes you wonder how they're even utilizing the movie itself.
Yeah, I'm baffled.
It's gonna be Tim Roth and Hardcore Henry or
Oh,
something,
Jesus.
Yeah.
which they just abused him in the marketing.
Yeah.
They showed the entirety of it
His entire scene.
Yeah. in the marketing material. I think we'll move on into our third news topic this week, and that is the news that Jeff Bridges will be joining the cast of the upcoming Kingsman: The Golden Circle.
Who gives a shit
Tyler.
about that movie?
Let's get your thoughts
What
there.
movie is it? Never heard of it.
Kingsman:
Sequel to some shit action movie from last year.
I probably never saw it.
Yeah,
The Golden Circle,
Golden Compass?
Let's
They're
look.
doing a sequel?
The Golden Shower.
No.
Oh.
Trust me, I looked. They're not doing a sequel to it. I was actually looking forward to that. They keep adding huge names onto this cast. I'm actually starting to get a little worried.
That worries you?
That does worry me. It's
Shocking.
guys, what movie did I just last seen?
Alice in Wonderland.
Huge cast,
Massive.
totally underused. Like, I'm afraid like there's gonna be too much to work with. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm still going wrong. I'm still hype as fuck, but I'm kind of scared though. Like they keep like who else are they gonna add next, right?
Hopefully, no one.
Like that's not this movie to come out.
Yeah,
like now.
But Jeff Bridges, what do you think of Jeff Bridges specifically?
Well, I'm not. Oh, this is kind of because you're a huge Jeff Bridges fan.
I like him.
Yeah. Okay, that's exactly what I meant.
Yeah.
You've seen his work, I guess. You're new.
Lebowski is my idol.
Yeah.
So.
I don't like. I only know him from. Well, I saw Lebowski. I saw Tron. I saw like a couple like other. I don't know him. Iron Man. You're right. You're right. I'm hype as fuck. Never mind. I really want to.
Tony.
Yeah. Come back here. I'm excited. Sorry, I'm totally just caught off guard right now. You just put on the most amazing sweater of all time.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
It's see-through.
It's mesh.
Yeah. It's like a really like loose knit.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm super excited for this. I want to know.
Do you think he'll play like an American?
That's because like
agent.
I think that's who it is because like they keep adding like I think Elton John. Was Elton John confirmed in this?
Yeah.
So he's definitely going to be on the other side, on the English side of this. Then they keep adding like huge names, like huge like American names. Channing Tatum. Who's the woman they cast?
Halle Berry,
like
Julianne Moore,
like all like huge names. So like
big names, yeah.
A-listers.
Yeah, I'm very excited for this.
Get that Seventh Son reunion. Get hype. Julianne Moore, Jeff Bridges.
That Big Lebowski reunion.
Nah,
Julianne
Seventh
Moore,
Son.
Jeff Bridges. They need to get John Goodman next. That would be.
No, I'm good.
No,
that's too much.
Yeah, I'm in. I'm
Yeah.
down to see Jeff Bridges, in Kingsman, but we'll see.
Can you imagine Jeff Bridges doing like an amazing like church scene? Like,
I can't imagine him moving that barrel that fast.
we don't know how big he is now. Is he big? Have we seen him recently?
I haven't seen him recently, but I can only imagine his barrel.
I can't imagine that he'd be working out for roles anymore. Really,
at 60 or whatever.
I could see him being pretty badass.
Yeah. Not like
sure.
like no one expected Colin Firth to be as amazing like in the first one.
Yeah.
Like no one expected that church scene. So imagine that with Jeff Bridges.
Yeah.
Insanity.
Yeah.
What do you guys
he's
think?
channeling more like True Grit and less R.I.P.D.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That one hurt. That one hurt everyone.
Adam, your thoughts on Jeff Bridgie?
Well, Jeff Bridgie, my boy.
The Bridgemeister.
He's not my boy. I like him though. He's on fire.
Mm-hmm.
We got R.I.P.D. We got Seventh Son. He's scorching in the streets. Kids are loving him these days. So you get him in this Kingsman 2, the hot new sequel. I'm in. I fucking love Jeff Bridges. So
sick.
I hope he does the True Grit thing. You just sold me big by saying True Grit. That's amazing. If he's just like a grizzled like veteran agent.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be sick.
I could see that.
And Elton John, give me a fucking break.
Yeah.
One of my favorite singers of all time. Like Get High.
Yeah.
I
don't know if Elton John's gonna be playing an agent or if he's like how what's his name, Luke Skywalker. What's his
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill. A role like that.
Yeah.
Like a side.
Has he done acting? Like is he?
I thought they said it's his first movie, but I'm like, what? He's been a celebrity for so long. Like, there's no way. But I thought
nothing comes to mind as far as seeing him in anything prior.
Because I can't see him having like a huge serious role in this.
No, I think it'll probably be a cameo, right?
Yeah.
There's no
it'll
way.
probably
It will
be a
cameo.
small role. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like A-list cast, like it should be fun.
Yeah.
I'm not tie earmuffs. I'm not in love with the first one, so I'm not like losing my mind. But it'll be fun.
You're dead to me.
Fun. Sorry.
Yeah.
Fun action movie.
I remember it being pretty hilarious. Pretty awesome.
First one?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone loves it. I'm in the minority. I just
You suck.
forgettable 3.
Wow.
Don't care.
Okay.
Wow. It's on my top 10 last year.
Yes, it was. I was very
quite
excited.
low.
I said I'm in the minority. People love it.
I have a full size Colin Firth tattoo on my back.
I believe it.
Yeah.
It's my face.
I was going to say it's actually Tim, isn't it?
Well, Colin Firth wouldn't do the sitting, so I'd have to get Tim to stand in for most of it.
Tim
Was it
Shave.
Kingsman Colin Firth, or was it like Pride and Prejudice Colin Firth, or like?
Well, like I said, it was like Colin Firth's like body head down, like from like the neck down, and then like just Tim's face on top.
Right.
So just Colin Firth.
Pretty much, yeah.
King's
Sick.
Speech style.
Tim, Jeff Bridges,
You hype or you
do
fucking
you
hype?
care?
I've crashed so hard in the last 20
I can
minutes.
see this. Look at you.
He's falling asleep.
Sure.
Get hype.
Good
sweetie.
actor. You like the first one.
He's good in things.
Sick.
The things I've seen him in, he's pretty good.
I've seen him. He's great. Next.
I've seen him in some bad things.
What do you mean?
So we'll see.
And with that enthusiasm, that'll do it for episode 47 of the Up Real Late podcast.
You can follow us on Twitter at UpRealLate, like it is right now. You can subscribe to us on YouTube and iTunes, and you can follow me on UpRealTim, real with 2 E's.
On Upreal Tim. Where can
On
they follow
what?
you?
Oh, on Letterboxd,
Okay.
UpRealTim.
Okay.
Tomorrow's
It's
gonna be
late.
fun.
Tim,
It's late.
Tim, you need to bring it down a couple notches, okay?
Yeah, you're excited, dude.
Don't
Chill.
don't shout in my ear, please.
I'm sorry.
You can follow us on Facebook and on Instagram at Upreal Late Podcast. You can also follow me on Letterboxd at UprealTie, real with 2 E's, tie with 1.
You can follow me, Adam, at Franey25 on Twitter, and at UprealAdam on Instagram and Letterboxd. Christoph Cohen, get on Letterboxd, bud. I want to see your ratings.
Yeah.
I want to see that Whiplash 0 stars.
Shout out.
Heavy 1,
Didn't bother me. I just
heavy 0.
You know.
You can follow me, Scott, at UprealScott on Letterboxd, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, guys. Keep it real.
Flick them.